Good morning, everyone. Today I am going to give a speech on the topic Restrengthening the Mind Post Pandemic. We have arrived once again at the boundaries of the human race's collective knowledge, and it is sobering to be reminded that what we do not know is much greater than what we do know about ourselves and the world we live in. The fact that there is no end in sight to the COVID 19 crisis does not prevent us from making prognosis of what a post COVID 19 world may look like. The pandemic has added hefty arguments of foreign policy analysts across the entire spectrum of strategic thinking, from nationalists and anti-globalists to advocating a more robust multilateralism and a leadership role for India in mobilizing international cooperation. I believe, however, that before we get too involved in the contours of a post pandemic world, we first need to think about where we are headed as a post pandemic India. Yes, there will be a churning as nations scramble for advantage in the world order as the pandemic results, but I think we need to be more concerned at this point of time with the social and economic churning underway within our own country, accentuated and magnified by the COVID 19 crisis. The role that India plays in the post pandemic world order will be determined by how we deal with the crisis now and how we emerge from it. This, in turn, depends on certain fundamental factors: the quality of leadership, the quality of administration at all levels, including the center, state, district, and village, the robustness of institutional frameworks, the quality of healthcare, and our social coherence as a people. Admittedly, the manner in which some of these have functioned recently does not engender great confidence. Further, the manner in which we have dealt with the pandemic until now has made it painfully clear, as nothing else has in recent times, that there are two Indias: an India in which social distancing is possible and an India in which it is not. I believe that in any post pandemic world order that emerges, regardless of whether it is US centric or China centric, there is no scenario in which India, a universe in itself and home to one sixth of humanity, will not occupy a place. The question is this: will we emerge as part of the problem or as part of the solution? Will we emerge weaker or stronger as a nation? Will we have been guided by diverse political agendas that deepen our fault lines? Or will we have worked towards an inclusive India that embraces all of us in its fold, regardless of caste, class, or creed? The pandemic has brought us to an inflection point. How we deal with it will determine our place in the future world order. By this, I'm ending my words. Thank you and have a nice day.
Good morning, respected principal sir, worthy teachers, and all my dear friends. Today, I, Krishna Gupta, from class 7th A of Birla Shiksha Kendra, is here to express my views about the topic Restrengthening the Mind Post-Pandemic. So, here I begin. The national pandemic COVID-19. When we hear this word, we usually think of viruses, immunity, quarantine, and all these. We have suffered from a very, very bad time. This seems unreal to us. We have heard a lot to strengthen our mind as well as immunity, isn't it? But the question is, how can we strengthen our mind as well as immunity? So I am telling you how. So the most dominant is gaining sunlight. When we gain sunlight, our body gets enough amount of vitamin D, which is very essential in this coronavirus time. In this hopscotch and hectic scheduled life, we are also unable to give some time to our family. So with our family, we should sit in pure sunlight for at least 45 minutes. This will make us feel better, as well as we will also gain the essential sunlight. Now, the prevailing next step is rising early and going for some morning walk. When we rise early and go for a morning walk, our body gets the enough amount of oxygen from the clean and germs-free air of the morning. And nowadays the temperature is dropping, so we also should feel some more appealing towards morning walk. Now its importance is When we go to morning walk, after just rising, our mind is fresh and ready to store new things. When our mind hears our surroundings, surrounded by parks, roads, bridges, animals, etc., our minds get some sort of positive energy, which makes our mind work more properly. Now, the next step includes yoga, eating balanced and nutritious diet. By doing yoga, our body becomes flexible as well as we are able to do things better and than ever. Our body gets the enough amount of oxygen also by doing yoga because our nostrils open more by getting and we will able to get more oxygen in our body. Now, by eating balanced and nutritious diet, our body gets enough amount of nutrition to support a healthy and prosperous life. We should not get upset by thinking when will I go outside in the coronavirus time and sit in a corner. Instead of this, we should strengthen our mind against the COVID-19 as we have to fight with the COVID-19 and have to lose him and put him out of our country. So we should be overpowered in strengthening our mind as well as immunity. So here I want to end my words. Stay tuned for more. Thank you.
Good afternoon, dear all. Respected principal sir and all the teachers. Today I am Prachi Totlais here to speak on the topic Re-strengthening our mind post-pandemic. The worldwide outbreak of the coronavirus or COVID-19 is a source of unexpected stress and adversity for many people. Resilience can help us get through and overcome hardship. But resilience is not something we are born with. It's built over time as the experiences we have interact with our unique individual genetic makeup. That is why we all respond to stress and adversity, like that from the COVID-19 pandemic differently. Think of resilience as a seesaw or balance scale, where negative experiences tip the negative scale toward bad outcomes and the positive experiences tip it toward good outcomes. For some people during the COVID-19 outbreak, the resilience scale may look like this. The point where the scale balances is called the fulcrum. And if it is more to one side or the other, it can make it harder or easier to tip the resilience scale to the positive. Everyone's fulcrum is in a different spot, which explains why each person is different in how easily we can counterbalance hardship in life. The good news is that fulcrum can be moved by developing a toolkit of skills you can use to adapt and find solutions. So, what can we do to build up and strengthen resilience right now during the COVID-19 outbreak? And how can we build resilience to plan ahead or for future times of crisis? The science of child development points to 3 ways which we can affect experiences and the balances of the resilience skill. First, unload the negative sides. Second, load up the positive side. And third, move the fulcrum. At last, I want to end my speech with a beautiful quote. Hard choices need to be made, never more so than during a crisis. Keep those choices or priorities hyper clear. Thank you.
Wishing you all a cheerful morning. Today I am here to convey my opinions and views on the given topic. The topic is re-strengthening of mind. We all are aware of the worldwide spread of disease known as coronavirus COVID-19. It has affected many people by giving them stress, pressure and panic. The solution of this is resilience. Resilience means our capability to recover ourselves from the change or misfortune. Many of us are in extreme stress and panic. To avoid all this stress and panic, we should think of our own ways to deal with it. So, how can we build up and strengthen resilience during this outbreak of COVID-19? For this, it becomes necessary to strengthen both physical and mental health. For our mental health, we should think positive. I think if we think positive and be positive, then everything will be positive. And for our physical health, we should enhance our immunity. For enhancing our immunity, there are many ways, like we should wake up early, get a good night's sleep, eat a balanced diet, and drink plenty of water. Yoga is beneficial for both mental and physical health. Meditation is helpful in for concentration of our mind, and it helps us to relax ourselves. We should follow the rules made by the government to stay safe. Stay home, stay safe. Thank you.